Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Um, hmm. Yep, I am ready. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's lovely. Happy Sunday, one and all. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. Where am I at here? Okay, let me say hello to a few people. Okay. Just want to open up another screen so I can see what you're seeing. Okay. There. Wunderbar. All right. Wonderful. Okay. Hello, Lydia Washington, Lucy Wynn, Annie Bullard, Margaret Rollin. Hi. Mo Shannon, Vetty, Dina Cardoso. Dina Cardoso, we kind of went back and forth in the comments last night. I told you about how much love and affection I have for Lisbon. And of course, I went to Porto. Is it too soon for me to start talking about my European travels? I think not. But yes, it brought back some big memories for me. And hopefully at some point I can share some of those photos. You know what? I may just give you guys a heads up before I do it, but maybe one day I will share some of my adventures. Um, but let me think about that. I will put something in the comments so you guys can see some of the places that I've been, or just name some places that you want me to elaborate on, and we'll just have a like, I guess, a live for travel tips or whatever. Yeah, that would be a good idea, and then that way it'll be something different from the regular, Royal Sussex stuff. Maybe like a second live on the same day or something like that. So yeah, let's think about that. But I'll put something in the community tab for it, with so you can let me know some of the places that you like to hear about or expand upon, or if you would like any travel advice as an over caffeinated, chubby baby boomer traveling the world alone with a backpack. Because there has been many occasions where I was like the only, how do I put this? The only Baptist in certain places I traveled to. Or maybe the only Democrat? No. What's another delicate way to put it? Anyway, I just kind of stood out in the crowd, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I just kind of stood out in the crowd. But yeah, that would be fun to do one day. Let me see. Did I say hi to everybody? Well, just about everybody. Then Church Nelly is here. Miranda Rios, and Vetty is here. Pamela Porter. Uh, let's see. Elizabeth Anders is here. Uh, yeah, that's it. That's it. African American wink wink. And for us African Americans, let me tell you something. When you are traveling by yourself, it is you never like let that African American guard down. At least I don't. And so let's say you check into a hostel and they ask you, and what's your nationality? Huh. Huh. Oh, okay. Okay. I see what. Oh, American. Now that is the reaction that well, I wasn't. Yeah, I was kind of taken back by it. So yeah, it's just those little things like that. That you just. It's like a little. Language barrier, not really a language barrier, but you know what I mean. It's a cultural thing, and for them it's just they want to know what country you're from. But in the United States, when you ask about one's nationality, um somebody might be catching the case. So that's the difference, and you don't think about stuff like that. And then when you find yourself abroad somewhere, then all of a sudden, oh, did they really ask me that question? Uh, yeah, so that's one of those things. So yeah, maybe we'll do something like that one day. It was my intention to put it all like in a I took so many photos. I would love to make like a tabletop photo book with, I guess stories about some of the places and some tips on how to avoid certain pitfalls. So, yeah, that would be cool. So, okay, let me see what we got here. Uh, Robert Collins says, "Hi, Baron and fellow squatties, joining in from Rome, and the wine bar is open. You are in the Eternal City. You are in the Eternal City. I am so jealous. Rome is absolutely beautiful this time of year. Um, well, cheers, cheers. I hope you have a great time. Just walking around Rome is a huge, huge buzz. Um, wow, I tell you. Well, I won't add anything to that, but because we'll be here all day, right, Connie Balmer? Oh Lord, we're gonna be here all day. So yeah, I won't add anything to that. But yeah, enjoy yourself. Let's see. When I travel, I always say I'm the one with the nice tan. Oh, I love that. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm the one in the photo that has the nice tan. Yeah, that's me. That's me. But yeah, being an older person and traveling and being in those hostels with those young people, that is, the truth is they don't really care about you. They don't give a rat's behind. They're polite and everything, but they don't care that you're older. You have to put up with like people coming in from late night parties and stuff, but I when it's time to sleep, I'm going to sleep, especially when I'm traveling. Audrey Teschler, thank you so much for the super sticker. Happy Sunday to you, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday. Oh, and Sean says, speaking of Rome, Will and Kate lost half the Commonwealth, which is why they should never roam. No, that's a bad one. Thank you for the super sticker, Sean, and we are definitely going to have that conversation about losing half the Commonwealth soon. As you know, there was a big election in Australia. There was a huge election in Australia, It was, I think that this is going to probably, well, I don't know. I think that, what is his name? I think he's about 1,000 years old, but nobody really knows it. But yeah, the guy that owns Fox News and all that stuff. I've tried so hard to put his name out of my head, I can't even think of it right now. But you know who I mean. The dark forces of evil that owns the sun. Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch, that guy. Yeah, so this is going to be a blow to Rupert Murdoch. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Sean, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a blow to the Commonwealth for sure. It is going to be a blow. I wouldn't care otherwise, but for the way that the Duchess of Sussex was treated, I'd be lying if I didn't say I'd get some kind of pleasure out of watching some of these institutions crumble. That gives me pleasure. And it would not have happened but for the fact that as an African American, seeing the way the Duchess of Sussex was treated, that bothers me. That bothers me. It triggered me so much. Look at where I am right now. I would usually sleep in on a day like today, but instead I'm up and out of bed. I've had breakfast, I had my coffee and everything, and I'm here with you all. And that was all because of the Duchess of Sussex. My life changed forever because I bought a ticket and went on a vacation, and I fell in love with two of the most dynamic people on the earth right now. And here I am. I could have never known 4 years ago, when I was still like walking around London and taking in all the sights and everything. And at this point, I was like, "Oh, there's going to be a troop in the colors." That was 4 years ago, and look at where I am today, and look at what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have dreamed. I couldn't have dreamed of such a thing. So sometimes life just takes you in directions that you could never expect. But um, it was all because of the fact that they mistreated our Duchess, that I found a voice that I didn't even know I had. So, um, in a very roundabout way, I guess I'd have to say, thanks for, waking me up. Thanks for waking me up, the Rangers. Gina Suchi says, "Happy Sunday, Baron and Squatties. Thanks, Baron, for the laughs and the shade." Oh, it's no, it's no problem at all. It's no problem at all. I mean, truth is, I probably would have done it anyway. Um, the Crypt Keeper Murdoch. Oh, he has cleavage on his chin. His cleavage is deeper than the Grand Canyon on his chin. I wonder what they use to clean out that little chin cleavage that he has. Ugh! Every time I think of it, I'm like, what must it smell like? The smell. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of you guys may be having brunch right now or lunch, but sorry. But thank you, Gina, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. Okay, so let me. Oh, you know what? All this time I've been talking, guess what I didn't do? I didn't bring up my slides. All that time I was talking, I could have had my slides up, but I'm going to do that right now. Man, I tell you, the older I get. Okay, yes, please hit that like button. Thank you, Mo Shannon. Okay, got two more to grab here. My slideshow. Wait till you see the ones I put together when I talk about Europe. Yeah, when I start name dropping Europe. Okay, okay, so we're good. Let me take this away. Thank you all for being here. Y'all could have been just about any place on the planet, but you decided to hang out with me. So, yes, today is a polo day. So, they're going to have charities. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out which charities they were speaking of. Now, I saw something for a charity. if you do know exactly which ones, please put it in the comment section. But I know that that this is for charity, so let me zoom into that if I can. When Team Los Pedros, I've had quite a few people say that I'm not pronouncing it the right way, was announced, Nacho Figueroa said their goal was to support local charities. It looks like we may get our first taste at afternoon's, what is that? Lyle's Dixon Cup, not Dixie, but Dixon Cup match. Uh, Let me see. Harry, Meghan, and the team are hosting an afternoon polo for charity. Can't wait to see who turns up. Well, okay, okay. So I'm guessing it may be unlikely that who was that came to visit that time? Was it Eugenie? I'm guessing it's unlikely that Eugenie is just going to show up, right? But because it's Santa Barbara, because it's the Santa Barbara Polo Club, and because of the presence of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, one could only imagine. Now, I'm wondering if there's going to be cameras allowed. Will this be an out in the open event? I'm guessing it's going to be like something under the tents or whatever. But oh my goodness, that would be incredible. On behalf of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and the Los Pedros polo team, you are cordially invited to an afternoon of polo in support of local charities. Okay, in the afternoon. So right now it is 10:19 in California. So the planning is still taking place. Well, not planning, but the setup is probably still taking place. So afternoon, we're gonna have to guess that it will be within the next 2 hours that this event starts. Maybe a little later. I think the polo match is usually about 6 p.m. their time. So I'm just trying to put it all together in my head because I didn't see an actual scheduled time. But I'm sorry, we're posh. It's scheduled time. Let me see. Best collard greens ever. My whole family loved everything. We attended my nephew's graduation around the corner. Huh, okay, that wasn't for me, but that does remind me I have some greens that I froze and I got a box of Jiffy Mix because I like to have cornbread with my greens. So, you just gave me an idea for lunch. Okay, let me see. Donna Black says all grifters will be arrested on site in Santa Barbara for trespassing on private property. Hashtag Thomas Markle Jr. Hashtag hashtag that's for Thomas Markle Jr. I know, right? So okay. Let me see. Oh, that's not for me. Oh, but I see congratulations. What's the Trish, your nephew graduated, huh? All right, nice, lovely. Congratulations. Okay, I'm scrolling back, Baron. Some people will never like you because your spirit irritates their inner demons, says Denzel Washington. This is the story of our faves as it relates to their haters. Thank you for that, Sash. And it is true. It is true. Um, Believe me, one thing that was the unintended consequence of being uh, well having a platform is that some of the emails that I have received have been pretty nasty. Um, they'll try to give me some constructive criticism, like, "Oh, you laugh too much," and such. But they kind of conceal it in something where they say, "I really like what you're doing," and so on, so. You laugh too much, have a nice day. Or they'll say that you should be better prepared, or I mean, it's just all kind of things where it's like the devil is trying to undermine you. And I noticed sometimes that the people are either not a subscriber or whatever. So it goes with the territory. I mean, just being the popular person in a workplace or just standing out for any reason in your workplace, we have all experienced that. Sometimes people hate you just for being new. You never know. You may find yourself on the outside of the social group or whatever. So and this is what's happening to the Sussexes, is that they have given a template to the future generations of royals, a way that you can live your life and be happy and be royal at the same time. As I have said over and over and over again, the Sussexes have not put a foot wrong since they left Narnia. They just haven't. There's no logical reason to criticize them, but for the simple act of hating someone for not being a so-called English rose, or hating someone for being an American, or those African roots, that slave blood. All of those things is a reason to hate. And so for that reason, they made sure that it was clear that the Duchess of Sussex couldn't fit in before she even showed up. Even from some of the headlines that was thrown out there, you can tell that there was no pretense that she was ever going to be considered one of us. And God bless the people who are just common folk that do not involve themselves in that blue blood mentality where they have to decide who's in and who's out. Like, for instance, when the Duchess of Sussex was at the Invictus Games and that person decided to bow to her, it was not required. She did not ask for it, but they were showing the deference and respect to the likes of which they were raised. But the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, I'm certain, are not going around asking people, kiss my hand, or bow or anything like that. It's what they choose to do as a form of respect, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that. It's not required, but if you want to demonstrate that respect, in some cases, people may feel like it's a patriotic thing to do, but I really appreciate that that person took that extra step when meeting the Duchess of Sussex, because it was clearly saying that no matter what people have said, that I see you as part of that family. I see you as part of that family, and I don't agree with what's happened to you. And right here in front of a crowd of people, I'm going to treat you like I would treat anybody that I meet in that family. And I thought that was spectacular. So anyway, I am going to get started here. Let me look at a couple more comments before I move on. Okay, let me see. Did I see this already? Hearing Meghan has a good marriage, interesting and exciting. They don't have time to get bored. That's why the Cambridges can't connect. Adrian, that is brilliant. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching today. Oh, I'm sorry. Where I need to scroll in the other direction. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I feel like that Bonnie Raitt song. Laugh just a little too loud, stand just a little too close. You know how that song goes? I feel like that sometimes. And that's the Sussexes. They stare just a little too long. Maybe they're seeing something we don't, darling. Let's give them something to talk about. That's like one of my favorite songs. Okay, and Lydia says, Baron, you have ignored the haters. You know where the block button is. Oh, don't I know? Sometimes I've actually blocked people that were not haters. You don't know how many times I've had to go back and search, and I'm just like, I think the profile picture was it was just the letter L with a pink and something like that. You know what I mean? Pink background. And so then I find myself looking for someone. I'm like, ooh, was that the wrong person? Oh, Sheila Watson says, well, we love your laugh and your tardiness and the whole 9 yards. Thank you, Sheila Watson. It's a process. It's a process. But I insist that things have gotten so much better since I started doing the lives. And I am very proud of that. I mean, especially, have you all noticed that I have gone quite some time without sitting here talking to myself for 10 minutes, and then I look up and realize that I haven't started the live yet. So it's a process. I'm so glad we have made that leap. But yeah, well, we'll get there. Let's see. Myra says, "Baron, your happiness made others jealous. Is that what it is? They're coming for my joy." Yeah, yeah. Like what's her name said? Tabitha Brown. That Tabitha Brown when she had that big takedown. What is it about my joy that triggered you? What is it? What is it about my joy that triggered you? Oh, you know what, Myra? I have experienced that quite a few times in life where I was like, really feeling excited or and I love that feeling. I love that feeling. Like when I'm traveling, that's like an everyday thing. When I travel, by the time I come home, I cannot come down from that high. I just want to go through the photos and I want to remember and talk about it and think about it and that and it's always that person that just how did they say in Color Purple? Some folks don't like to see people too proud or too free. Was that in Color Purple? Yeah, exactly, exactly. And we ain't hurting nobody. We're just having a good time. Okay, let me see. Sonia Johnson says, Squatties, please know that even when you think God is silent, He's working on your behalf. So be patient under all conditions and put your whole trust and confidence in God. Thank you, Sonia Johnson. Thank you for being a member and thank you for being here on this Sunday morning, afternoon, or whatever it may be for you. But thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. So y'all heard Sonia. Y'all heard her. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So keeping in line with the Polo for today, here's just a few of the snaps where you could and one of the squatties, Katrina, there's Polo their Polo appearance always have special vibes. Yes, 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 it does. Their appearances always have a special vibe. And you know why? Because it like reminds us of the Pretty Woman. It reminds us of Pretty Woman when they were bonding and everything. Of course, not exactly like Pretty Woman, but it just reminds us of that connection that they had, where it just seemed like they fit together. So, and that's what we're seeing here. And that was like one of the big scenes of the movie. It had its ups and downs and everything, but of course, this place, even though I'm sure it is full of its snobs, is not going to you know have, have the type of pressure and agony that happened in that movie. It's one of my favorite movies, but I have to tell you, I was triggered several times whilst watching the Pretty Woman. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I feel that Pretty Woman vibe. So um but yeah, very different characters. Let me just say that. Okay. Speaking of which, let me see. Let me see if I have that. Let me see if I have that handy. Speaking of Polo, I have a video for you guys. Now, I'm guessing this is from California, but you guys know that Nacho wanted Harry to play polo desperately. Now, it is said that when William played polo, William was kind of like, how do I put this? Weak, weak, weak. William was quite weak when it came to polo. So William would actually he would barely lean into the game, as they say. He wouldn't really lean into it. Whereas Harry was always extending and stretching and very physical when he played. So that was the big difference. William, I'm trying to avoid that certain word, but that's what William played like. If you're a fan of Betty Davis, you know what her take about aging was. She said it's not for a. So that's the word that I'm avoiding, but that's how he played. And even if you type it in the comments, I am not going to acknowledge it. But that seriously, that's they said that's how he played. He was not very much a physical player. He didn't really play to win. He just kind of showed up and he was just a bit too delicate to really make a difference on the team, which is why he doesn't really bother with it anymore. Is because he doesn't want to get his hands dirty or whatever. But you can see that Harry doesn't have that kind of you know thing. So let me see if I can do this. Oh, I don't think it's actually going to play. Let me try one more time. I wasn't able to convert the file, so it may not play. Well, let me try again. Nope, that was that little glitch I had. So sorry, you guys, I won't be able to play that one. But I do have one in reserve that I will share with you guys. Okay, let me find it. Yeah, for some reason, my films have been, I haven't been able to make movies on my PC for some reason, but I do have this one in reserve. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, got it, got it. There we go. Just for a taste of the Harry and Nacho Polo. Okay, ready? Ready. Okay, ready. Here we go.
Go, go. Go, go, go.
I love when Harry goes, ha ha! I love when he does that.
Harry is an avid polo enthusiast and player and has played polo all his life. My polo team has a platform where we are going to use the sport and the team as a platform to raise awareness for charities. Harry is going to be a part of this team. The team is called Los Padres. Los Padres is named after the national forest. Him and I wanted this team and this thing to be very local, to pay a lot of a tribute to Southern California because of him moving here and paying a tribute to his new home. Hopefully not just the park, but also some other charities that we are going to reveal later. But that's what Los Padres Polo team is going to be. It's going to be formed for a good things. So very excited, proud and honored to be doing it with him.
In another post on social media, thrilled to be riding alongside my friend Prince Harry and the rest of the Los Pedros team at Santa Barbara Polo Club. Harry's East Memorial Tournament. We've ridden together many times over the years, and now that we're both parents, is extra special to be able to spend this time together. The name Los Pedros was inspired by the proximity of the field to the Los Pedros National Forest and also by our connection as fathers. There seem to be rumors abound about Harry joining the Santa Barbara Polo Club. Like, for instance, there was one tweet that shows there's a story floating around that Harry has joined the Santa Barbara PNR Club to play with Nacho, and so he's got a polo match that weekend. Any truth to this rumor? But you can see for yourself, because if you examine this, you'll notice that Nacho Figueres is mentioned, and along with Juan Guerrero and Kiko Magrini, and then there is a slot that says to be announced, or TBA. It would appear that because of all the excitement of everything, somebody managed to let slip the fact that Harry would be there, and of course it's likely that the fact Nacho Figueres was competing and one of the teammates' names was omitted until the absolute last minute, I would imagine, people were able to put two and two together. And don't forget, Prince Harry and the Duchess of Sussex live very close to the polo grounds, as I believe Montecito is part of Santa Barbara County. So if you put two and two together, Nacho plus to be announced equals Prince Harry is likely the mystery teammate. Looking forward to a great summer of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, whenever and wherever they may possibly appear. All we know as squaddies is that we want them to be safe for certain. So we never want to see them more often than we want them to be safe. So remember, there are no leaks in Montecito. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. Okay, don't go anywhere. That was that was something I posted. All right, so whilst I was doing that, I was actually working on that video I wanted to share, and I have it ready, almost ready. It's very short, and you'll probably wonder why even bother, but I just wanted you to see some of the behind the scenes of Nacho doing his thing. So okay, let me see. I almost got it. Oh, there we go. Got to do that. Yeah, so I actually did not run for the Pecan Sandy. It was a virtual Pecan Sandy, as I'm actually out of them right now. So, okay. All right. While I work on that, let me look at some of your comments, and I will get that up as soon as possible. Okay. All right. So, let me see here. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. All right. And Jessica Foreman just joined us. Thank you so much. All right. Vinny Blair says this event is by invitation only, so security will be off the chains. So whoever brought him along the last time won't be able to. They may find themselves uninvited. Are we referring to we're not referring to Thomas Markle, are we? That is not a thing. Are you saying that someone brought him last time? Please tell me that's not what you're talking about. Baron, did you get your ice cream with your cookies? I don't usually eat ice cream with my cookies. The crunchy ones I dunk. The soft ones are for coffee. There's a pecking order to the way I consume cookies. But yeah, soft is for coffee, and the crunchy ones are for dunking. Do I sound far away? Okay. And let me see. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Oh, there's 710 people. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Let me see. Hello, squaddies. Baron, when I leave work, I queue up my phone and drive listening and laughing with you. Thanks for all you do. Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you. Thank you. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Thank you. Pamela Porter says there is a polo club in the suburb of Chicago, Oak Brook, I believe. If they ever play here, I'm going. Oh, wow, Pamela Porter, that is spectacular. Yeah, so anybody who knows that there is a polo club about may have an opportunity to see the Sussexes. I'm predicting that the Sussexes will find themselves in great demand around these United States. Like when Harry went off to Texas, what was it, Houston? Or was it Dallas, Houston? When he went off to Texas, nobody knew that that was happening. And but for that one photo, and it was just so strange that there was only one photo. Remember, we weren't sure if it was real or photoshopped. And then people were going back and forth saying that it's a possibility that it was fake. And that's because people were very much excited to see him, but they were not like um the over the top excited. It was just like, there's Harry, and that's the effect he has on people. It's just Harry. It's not Prince Harry and any other stuff. It's just Harry. It's just Harry. And I believe he prefers it that way. Just call me Harry. Let me see. Okay. Oh, are we on yet? There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. So I do that, and then I airdrop it there. Ooh, this is a lot of work to do while you're alive. Okay, done. Did that do something? Oh, I tell you, a baby boomer and technology. I call it baby boomer and technology. It's like oil and water. Is something really happening? Is always my question. Okay, then I send it to the Mac. Right. Oh, yes, yes, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, so Mike Miller says, Baron, how come you say nachos first and last name perfectly, but you can't say, okay, nacho. I say nacho perfectly. Nacho, nacho. All right. Uh, but you can't say padres, padres, padres. Do I have to try to use like that Latin sound? Padres. Los Padres. Los Padres. Los Padres. Oh, Pate, the San Diego Padres. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, so it's Los Pod. Wait, I lost it again. Hold on. San Diego Padres. So you can't say Pod. Ooh, let me see. Oh Lord, I had it for a second there. Pod pa 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 San Diego Padres, right? So Los Padres. Is that right? Los Padres? Los Padres. I think you have by Jove, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. By Jove, I think I got it. Shouldn't I go into a musical number when I say that? By Jove, I think I've got it. Okay, thank you, Gil S, for the super sticker. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Sunday to you. By Jove, I think I've got it. Los Pedros, San Diego wait, San Diego Padres, Los Padres. That's gonna need some work. That's gonna need some work. But I'm going to remember that. Say it like San Diego Padres. All right. Thank you so much. I got it. I got it. At first, I thought, I just can't. I just can't. I can't say it. I just can't. But now I think I've got it. It's Los Padres. Yes, that's what I wanted to share. Like I said, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I just wanted to share that little clip of Nacho, um, you know, with the horses and everything. I thought it was really cool of him to go through the all the effort of bringing the horses out there so that it's just like he and his brother Harry are bonding and hanging out. I could almost cry for this moment that Harry is having. I could cry for this moment that Harry is having right now. I mean, with everything that they tried to take away from him, and they tried to take everything away from him because he did not want to stick around and be abused. And even moreover, he was not willing to stay and watch his family go through the same abuse. And the tabloid media, as well as his family, would have been completely comfortable with watching them destruct. They would have been so comfortable with that. It's amazing to me that in these so-called modern times that people are okay with that. And that this is why I love Ivy. Ivy breaks down the whole psychology of what they were trying to do to the Sussexes. She breaks down the whole psychology. So if you don't watch Sussex Global UK, you are missing a very important piece of this Windsor puzzle. So again, you need Ivy to break it down for you. This is why I um, feel this need to say Ivy, Ivy, you got to watch Ivy because Ivy is working really hard to break this down, and I just want everybody to have access to it because it's important work. And while she's breaking it down for them, she's telling us about our own lives. I'm just like, yeah, I've had people do that before. I've felt that before. So again, go Ivy. Oh, okay. Let me see. Ronnie says Nacho. Uh, makes me want to take a run to the border. Oh man, Nacho really is a hot man on horseback playing. Listen, I am sitting up here trying to have this very meaningful moment, and I think I know what some of you all have on your mind. I am shocked and appalled. I'm outraged. I'm morally outraged. I okay, I see what y'all talking about. I see it. I see it. The rocking motion, the mountains in the background. I get it. I have eyes, I have ears. But my favorite part is when you hear the Duchess of Cornwall do that little snort sound. When I hear her snort, okay, look, it's been a couple days, all right. But when I hear that snorting sound that she makes, that's what really delivers for me, right? Uh, see, listen to her. Mhm. Yeah, see, does it do it for you too? Oh Lord. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. And here I am chastising you all for all this amorous feelings that you're having, and there I go on one of my things. So okay. Let's pull it back. So Meghan Markle wears white shorts for a polo game with Prince Harry photos. Megan looks incredible in her chic, casual gear as she cheered on her hubby, Harry, during his polo match. Well, this was a magazine that I had never heard of. Oh, wait a minute. Did I crop out the name of it? I think it was Hollywood something. I meant to leave the name in there so you can see it. But I didn't. I just saved the screenshot. It was on one of the squatties pages, and I really want to go back and read the article. So if you guys want to see the article, I hope it's nothing messy in the article. But Terry Zeller is the one who wrote it, and so I got to try to remember to go back and look at that to see what they're saying because I'm hoping that the Sussexes are the absolute darlings of Santa Barbara, and I believe they are. But cookies and cream. Cookies and cream says it's time the Sussexly Sussexly. Let me drink some water. Okay, it's time the Sussexly. Oh, oh. Okay, let me try that again. It's time the Sussexes legally stalk Thomas Jr. With his own personal restraining order. He needs to be slapped with some serious legal action. Yes, cookies and cream. If for any reason he has some threatening posture or there's some attempt to, you know, draw attention to them in ways that I agree that they probably need to go to the courts because it's it's not fair and it may even be illegal. I don't know. But it may even be illegal for him to stalk them like this, especially in California. I know they have laws against such behavior. So let's move on. Kay and Claire from Twitter says, picture of Megan watching her man play polo is a mood. Let me see. It's the next picture of Harry for me. Zero Chill should be his name. He sure adores his wife. Choosing happiness looks good on them. And I didn't actually save any of the photos. I just took a screenshot of that because I thought it was very cool. And then, of course, anything that involves Snoop Dogg, I'm sold immediately. So, there you go. All right. So, changing gears. I hear that there was an attempt to get the Spice Girls to perform for the Queen's Jubilee. And so they thought to make things more interesting, if you have Scary Spice and Posh and all that, why not introduce the ultimate Spice Girl, Old Spice? So, Camilla likes to dance. She likes to dance. So don't be surprised if you don't. Oh, wow, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Don't be surprised if you don't see Camilla shaking her tail feather at the the Jubilee if they can get them together. Camilla, this is a way that she can try to humanize herself with other people, with the people of the UK, and eliminate some of that bad aura that she has. If she makes her appearance, if she takes her rightful place as the Spice Girls, and of course, it writes itself, Old Spice, then I think that not only will she send the message that, hey, I'm lovely, I'm approachable, I'm human. She will also send the message to the geriatric community that, hey, just because I went to school with Moses doesn't mean just because Charlemagne was my classmate does not mean that I cannot shake things up in the establishment. So, the Lost Spice Girl, ladies and gentlemen, Old Spice. All right, I got that out my system. Okay, BBC promises that the Platinum Party at the Palace on June 4th, featuring stars including um, Queen, Sir Rod Stewart. Good God, is he still alive? Diana Ross will be a spectacular once in a lifetime experience with Her Majesty granting special permission to sight stage in front of Buckingham Palace gates. I thought that's happened before, but maybe I'm wrong. But they've had the stage in front of the gates before, right? Let me see. Home recording film by the Queen, her parents, and the Duke. Oh, so they're going to have some vintage film of the Queen. Her parents, the Duke of Edinburgh, are amongst the treasures trove. Oh, that's so small I can barely see it. Among the treasure trove of private family footage released by the royal household for the BBC's documentary Elizabeth, the Unseen Queen. The Unseen Queen. Are they sure this is about Elizabeth when they say the unseen queen? Because I do believe there was an unseen queen the other day, Rambolina. That's an unseen queen. We didn't even know that the queen had a fourth child, let alone that he was so macho. But yeah, so there's an unseen queen right there. They should have Edwina, the unseen queen. What a messy Sunday. But yeah, Edwina, the unseen queen. Okay, got that out in my system. Let's move on. Let me see where but she is showing that very muscular thigh. Not bad for someone his age. And of course, he holds that saber like nobody I've ever seen. And then take a look there. Notice how he pulls back that maxi coat just to give a little runway walk and a flirtatious bit of leg and thigh, and the stirrup pants are kind of kinky. So yeah, the unseen queen. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Let me look at some of your comments because I see they're going kind of fast now. Let me see here. I don't understand this Jubilee. Someone said Pete and Gladys would be away in Scotland. Pete and Gladys. Uh, who's Pete and Gladys? Anyway, Pete and Gladys would be away in Scotland or somewhere, and the Lambridges would be traumatizing Australia. This Jubilee scares me. I don't even know what Pete and Gladys is, but I got a feeling it's got to be a hoot. Let me see. Rambolina, Rambolina, tiny little thing, Rambolina, Rambolina. Oh, you guys, I have stuff I got to do, so I would love to. Okay, I'm going to have to move on because you guys are on fire with the comments right now. And I won't be able to keep up with them all. I miss like so much good stuff too. Let me see here. Jean says, Baron, I'm not feeling well today, but you have me laughing so hard talking about Old Spice. Stop it. I can't bear it. the Lost Spice Girls, Spite, the Lost Spice Girl. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for it? Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to present to you Old Spice. Oh man. All right. So, home recording filmed by the Queen and her parents, the Duke of Edinburgh, amongst it. Okay, we saw that already. I think I'm on the next page, right? Unseen Queen. Yes, I am on the next page there. Yet the BBC has been warned not to give uncritical to give un has been warned not to give uncritical coverage of an event. Yet the BBC has been warned not to give uncritical coverage of an event. Not to give it shouldn't be has been warned not to give critical coverage of an event, certain to feature extensively on its news output across its extended bank holiday weekend running from June 2nd to 5th. Shouldn't it be uh, warned not to give? Well, that doesn't make sense to me because I would imagine that the royal family would rather not have any criticism. So instead of uncritical, it should just be warned not to give critical coverage to an event. Maybe that's a typo. Ooh, that's bad. You know, if I can spot a typo, it must be something really bad. But anyway, I'm bored with this. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Hit it. Okay, Meghan Markle asked Mother Doria to take care of Archie amid royal family ordeal. Now, this story from International The News, or is it The News International, right? For some reason, you have to wonder why do they do stuff like that. But Meghan Markle emotionally struggled after birthing Archie. Meghan Markle was reportedly unable to handle newborn Archie amid mental health struggles. Yeah, gee, I wonder what could have possibly have happened to her that would have caused her to have any issues whatsoever. But let's not go there right now. Meghan Markle was reportedly unable to handle newborn Archie amid mental health struggles. To ensure that her child was looked after, the Duchess of Sussex decided to move her mother Doria to Prince Harry's home in the UK. Prince Harry's home in the UK? I don't like where this is going. Do- Shouldn't it be their home in the UK? Oh, okay. Doria ended up staying a couple of months until she made sure her daughter and grandson are healthy. In July 2020, a friend of Meghan Markle confessed that Doria had been really worried about Meghan and was compromising her own mental health. She said Doria is very much about being true to oneself, and so of course she will continue to encourage Meghan to to take the road less traveled. Meghan and Harry eventually left the UK after quitting as senior royals in 2020, and then it kind of drops off from there. But let's see. Oh boy, that is small. That was I can't even make out the name of the person who added that. But then one of the replies down here from one of the squaddies was, "But wait, how do they know though that did they come from? I'm sorry, did that come from Megan, or is it what they think Megan did? Just want to know because if it ain't heard from Megan, then it's not true." Right? And that's the whole point. Whatever they're saying in this article, if it doesn't come from the Sussexes, ooh, that is small. Okay, okay, I need bifocals. Uh, Remember, there are no leaks in Montecito. There are no leaks in Montecito. So unless it comes from the Sussexes, it's not true. And then someone else said, "My mom stayed with my sister for 3 months. My friend moved in with her granddaughter. This is a very normal and regular thing that happens with most new moms. However, at the time, the UK press claimed Doria only stayed 2 weeks." Right? And then, of course, as squaddies often do, someone pulled out a receipt that says Meghan and Harry stepped down from their roles as senior royals The year after Archie was born, the family of three lived in Frogmore Cottage, while the Sussexes were full-time working royals. Ahead of Archie's birth, Meghan's mum, Doria Raglan, flew to the UK to help the first time parents to be. Doria stayed on the Frogmore estate for 2 weeks after Archie was born and reportedly played a crucial role in helping Meghan and Archie to adjust to parenthood. Um, okay, so the recollections may vary. For some reason, they're saying that Doria was there for an extended period of time, and then here it sounds more like, I just came to meet the baby and greet the baby. So I don't know if the intention is to make it sound like Archie was in some danger or something like that, but as the person on the left says, uh, it's normal. This is a very normal and regular thing that happens with most newborn moms. But for Doria, a first-time grandma, it only makes sense that she would want to go to the UK just to be with the baby, just to be with her daughter, especially when you have the full weight of the tabloid press trying to kill her. You know, don't that doesn't that make sense? You have the full weight of the tabloid press targeting your daughter day after day, even though she hasn't been seen for weeks at a time, if not months at a time, and is supposed to be something nefarious from the tone of it, that Doria would show up and stay for what is it, 2 3 months, or was it 2 weeks? Who knows? All we know is that Doria manages to enter and exit from the United Kingdom, from Los Angeles, many times, and nobody even knows that she left home. That has happened several times where they can't seem to figure out where the Sussexes are. They can't figure out where Doria is at the time when they're expecting her to be someplace. So, how would they know? She comes and goes almost in a whisper, and nobody even knows the difference. So, they don't know. That's the whole thing. They really don't know. And for whatever friends and family that Doria has in California, guess what else we know? There's no leaks. There's no leaks. There's nobody in the family bleeding information. There's no friends, not even in her workplace. There's nobody bleeding that information out to the press, which I think is something to applaud. So, good on them, whoever they are. All right. So, with that, let me see right here. Okay, that's called RF are responsible for the abuse Meghan received, period. That's all the freak we need to know. Yes, Donna Black says Meghan and Prince Harry had a nanny and they fired her the first night for reasons unknown to the public. Yes, Donna Black, thanks for reminding us about the nanny. Thank you. They did. They fired someone almost as soon as she got there. I hope it wasn't like that scene in Downton Abbey. And if you all are fans of Downton Abbey, you know which one I'm talking about. That was painful and disturbing to watch. How in the world has it been 1 hour and 8 minutes and I'm still on the first set of slides? Okay, I got to pick up the pace here. Baron, Doria only stayed a couple of weeks. She had to go back to work. They have been trying to move Doria into Montecito. Black moms will not move in with their children. Well, Rosalind, exactly. The whole time that they were at the Frogmore, Doria has a heliport. Doria just built an Olympic-sized swimming pool. They're probably going to build an apple orchard for Doria, and we're going to have to pay for it. Uh, Doria is going to have a stepper set this weekend, and we're going to have to pay for it. Who's going to pay for Doria's stepper set? I mean, Doria is going to host bingo night. We can't pay for that. I mean, it was all these accusations of what Doria was going to do. Doria is going to buy a new Mercedes, and we're going to have to pay for that. Who's going to pay for her new Mercedes? I hope they don't think the public's going to pay for it. It was outrageous. All these ridiculous stories that were going on about what Doria was about to do. And as I said, Doria has come and gone without anybody noticing one way or the other. They had Doria on the brain bad, didn't they? Doria just built a new kitchen. Doria just built an addition onto the Frogmore cottage. Oh man. But you know what? If Doria would have ever had like gone to church with the Queen or something like that, could you imagine if she would have made an appearance in the car with the Queen? Even though I hear they invited Doria for tea, and oh no, they invited Doria to stay for Christmas, and Doria just turned them down. She's like, "No thanks." I know that seems like it's a big deal to no thanks. I'm good. Yeah, I remember they said that. Now that may have just been the tabloid saying that, but Doria, I could see her not being phased by all that. No thanks. I got a job. No thanks. You all don't have to go to work, but I do. No thanks. So yeah, there you go. Moving on. Okay, so let me take a couple of looks here. Let me see. I never knew how crazy the press in Britain could be. Ridiculously crazy, ridiculous crazy. Yes. Uh, I reckon that Nanny was a decoy to find out if the baby is changing colors and spy on them. Yeah, yeah, exactly. She probably had like some of those cards from the paint section of the hardware store so that she could hold the cards up to the baby and then, snap a picture so they could see what shade is coming next. Oh, Dina Cardoza, thank you. I'm sorry, Cardoso. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you for telling me about Lisbon. That was very nice. And also, happy Sunday to you. Thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay. All right. So we're going to change gears here because I am getting so far behind. And I told you, as an overcaffeinated, chubby baby boomer, it never sounds right for me to say I'm a little behind. Me saying I'm a little behind is like, well, you get what I'm saying. I don't think I should ever mention that I'm a little behind. There's nothing little about my behind. Okay, what am I trying to do here? I need to, oh yeah, I need to cue Annie. All right, hit it, Annie. New Australian Prime Minister set to remove Queen as head of state. Yes, that is a thing. There's a new prime minister. There's a new sheriff in town, and he doesn't cotton too well to having the Queen as the head of state. This is like Rupert Murdoch's nightmare, from what I hear, a nightmare for Team Murdoch because he's not interested in doing things the old way. I listened to his speech, and apparently he grew up with a single mother and he didn't go to the best schools. In other words, he doesn't resemble those Tories. He doesn't resemble the people like, oh, let's say Boris Johnson. He's not a Boris Johnson type of person. He's a working class person. And his speech, if you would have closed your eyes, you would have sworn it was a speech given by Barack Obama, where he said that a life like this, with my life, I'm not really supposed to be here, but yet I am. So that was very, very lovely. So if you get a chance to hear his, I guess it was acceptance speech. It was very, very nice. And anyway, let's go here. And okay, new Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese aims to remove Queen as head of state. Mr. Albanese, I hope I'm saying that right, a lefty, you can tell who wrote this, a lefty from the Australian Labor Party, has long supported the Republican movement. He was elected as Australia's Prime Minister early today, replacing Scott Morrison. In 2018, he said the country should hold a national vote of, oh, no, I cut that off, didn't I? It's cut off on the end there. Sorry about that. Becoming a republic. While the Labor Party manifesto did not include any plans for a referendum on republicanism, the anti-monarchy organization Republic said that a republic will happen because of his election. Posting on his official Twitter account, it said, "Excellent to see pro-republic Anthony Albanese becoming Australian Prime Minister. Won't be a referendum just yet, as they are rightly committed to first recognizing Aboriginal people as the original Australians in the Constitution. But a republic will happen." Oh my God, that burns. I don't know why I used a red background. My eyes, my eyes, my eyes. Hold on. I got to rub my eyes. This red background was a huge mistake. Why in the world did I use a red background? Lord. Okay. Oh, yeah. So that was it for that. That was it. Oh, man. Anyway, let me go back here. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. I closed my eyes. I could still see the letters. Holy moly. I was about to let slip an expletive. What was I thinking? I don't think I've ever done that before. Good Lord. Shoo, that burned. Oh, man. That was a mistake. Okay. So that happened. Okay, I'm ready to move on. I don't even want to think about this no more. That burned. We condemn the what is it? We condemn the perpetuation of this negative stereotype that assigns calamity to the African race and privilege and immunity to other races. We condemn it. We condemn it. Well, when they say we condemn it, what are they talking about, y'all? What do you think this is in reference to? We condemn the perpetuation of this negative stereotype that assigns calamity to African race and privilege or immunity to other races. What are they referring to? Have you guys seen this yet? Anybody? Oh, yes, Persephonus. Yes, very good. I saw this about monkeypox on what is that? DOD. What is DOD? Okay, Downton of Abbey. No, DOD. Whatever it is. Anyway, whatever it is. But thank you, Persephonus, for your comment. But yes, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's exactly what they're talking about. Connie Balmer. Hi, Connie. I wasn't sure you were here. Connie Balmer's here, y'all. Okay. Let me go to the next one. There you have it. I'm not even going to try to read that one on the left side. But if you want to see it, go to the Foreign Press Association Africa. Our statement, the Foreign Press Association Africa registers its displeasure against media outlets using images of Black people alongside stories of the monkeypox outbreak in North America and in the United Kingdom. So when they say North America, of course, they mean the United States. And I don't know if they're doing it in Canada, but I know I've seen it in the press here in the United States. That is a huge issue because there is enough bias going on, enough bigotry going on, and the when people do stuff like that, they don't think about children. They don't think about children. If you are going to a diverse school, if you go to a school where there are people of every background in that school, this can cause problems or bullying where children seem to believe that if you have dark skin, then obviously you may be a perfect candidate for the monkeypox. So they need to stop that. They need to stop that. Um, Let me see. Oh, come on, Connie Bomber. What's that? The Foreign Press Association Africa should have said that 20 years ago. Yeah, and it may be a possibility that they have, and just nobody was listening. Because the big difference between 20 years ago is now we have the great equalizer, and that is social media. So as I'm saying it to you, you all can say it to other people. But that is a very big issue because we don't think about this stuff. At least they don't. I shouldn't say we because we're having a discussion now, but there's, if you remember when the Orange Menace is in office, and I'm not going to get started on that person, but I'm just going to say this. When he kept yelling, build that wall, the one thing that really shook me was the day I saw a report about a school of mostly Latino kids that had a basketball game with a school of mostly white kids, and the white kids sent the Latin kids home crying because they were jeering them with build that wall, build that wall, build that wall. And I cannot unsee that. I cannot unsee that. So that's why this bothers me, is because it really comes down the children won't have the ability to protect themselves like adults can. And so it really filters down to the kid putting on their backpack and going to school tomorrow, or going to the playground, or going to summer camp, wherever they're going. That's where the worst part of this ends up. So they got to stop that. They really have to. So um, if you are on social media, go and find this, cut, paste, whatever, and pass it on, because that is an issue. And we all know that, well, maybe not all of us, there was a kid in the UK that was being bullied, and the school officials knew about it, but because they did not see him as a human being while he was trying to run from the bullies, he lost his finger. He lost his finger. This kid has been maimed for life because he lost his finger. And that's the power of social media. And so we're not just here for the Sussexes, we're here for a lot of reasons. And this is like the Duchess of Sussex said, today it's me, tomorrow it could be you, it could be anybody. So that's why you have to call these things out. Okay. Let's see. Monkeypox has been in Africa for years, but it only became a problem when these viruses are detected in Western countries. Yeah, and along with that, Lucy, when they say that this outbreak may have come from them doing experiments with primates. You see a lot of things that I mean, so far I can only say maybe it's rumor. I don't know anything for sure, but you think about this. um a lot of these animals have been experimented upon, and eventually there's some type of human contact, and we don't know, we can't, I won't even sit here and try to explain to you some of the things that I have theories about, because that's all they are, theories, but we just don't know. We just don't know. And like you say, that's a very good observation. It's only a problem when it occurs outside of Africa, but it could have very well have come from laboratories. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of laboratories that have experiments, and sometimes those experiments go wrong, and things can happen. So it's amazing how these things are so well contained wherever they originate, but because of that kind of thing, then somehow they make their way through the population. So that is all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to step into territory where I have no expertise whatsoever and never will, and that's for other people to establish, not me. Okay, Florence says bullying is evil. Let's call it out for what it is. Thanks, Baron. Yes, Florence, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's true. That's one of the things that I couldn't tolerate about that Orange Menace, was the way his rhetoric would cause so much pain for people. We've had some really, really messed up leadership in this country, but we've never had anybody who literally sat in that office in these modern television age times that could say and do things so reckless, just for clickbait, and it would have a devastating effect for people out in the communities. And it was normalized, and it was okay. It was just okay, and the media didn't seem to care. They were too busy making money, selling us out and making money. So that is why, if anybody else was running, I would just have to take my chances and vote for that person. Again, I don't regret my vote for this last election. We haven't got there yet. I don't regret my vote, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that too. So anyway, that's it for that subject, and you're welcome. You're welcome. And why I say you're welcome is because I'm not sharing any type of photos from that, because that is, every time I look at one of those photos, I don't care what color the person is. When I look at those photos, I'm just like, good God, I got to get some of those gloves like the Queen wears. Okay, you guys, this is going into like an hour and a half now, so I got to get this moving. Oh, thank you so much, Connie Bomber, for the super sticker. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a member. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. All right, let's move on. Let me queue up. Where is she? Where is she? And you know what, Connie? This is actually going to offset an expense I just incurred. I think that's the right word. Last night I had to get what is it? A subscription to the New York Times. So this should cover that just fine. Thank you so much. Haiti lost billions. So I won't spend a lot of time on this because it's a lot to get into, and I haven't thoroughly read the entire article, but it's a lengthy article about the Haiti's lost billions. I've told you guys a while ago that this reparations conversation, which was kicked off thanks to the Cambridges, who lost half the Commonwealth on their last vacation. How was your last vacation? Well, it was we went snorkeling, and my wife ate the reproductive organ of a sea creature, and we lost half the Commonwealth. Thank you for the super sticker, TCC son, and happy Sunday to you. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so as I was saying, they started a conversation. I mean, the conversation had been had for a long time. Don't get me wrong. That conversation has been going on. But um, I don't think as many people noticed until that couple, the Cambridges, uh, brought things to the fore, as they say. Here's what I mean. The New York Times said in 1825, France demanded 5 annual payments of 30 million francs. Let me see. I can't see that last word there. The first payment alone was estimated to be about 6 times Haiti's revenue that year. Haiti was forced to take a loan, adding to the burden and making it known as a double debt. And then the next one here says if that wealth had remained in Haiti, we estimate it would have added 21 billion to Haiti's economy over the last 2 centuries. While the exact amount is unknown, numerous experts said that estimate was, if anything, conservative. Others said that if Haiti had not been forced to pay the double debt, the country would have mirrored the growth rate of its neighbors across Latin America. And that, of course, let me see, that that would put our estimate at about $115 billion loss for Haiti. So again, they actually are bringing a lot of attention to what's been happening in the Caribbean, but Haiti in particular has had it much worse. Haiti is the only country in the world where descendants of enslaved people were forced to pay reparations to descendants of their masters for generations. Nobody knew exactly how much Haiti paid France and at what cost its future until now. And so they do a lengthy investigation into that debt. Now, one of the reasons why they had to pay the debt is because they were threatened with invasion from France. The people who enslaved them, the people who the Haitians rose up against and drove them away, went crying back to France asking for help. And the French government was like, that's our territory. We're losing out on tax revenue, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't matter the fact that they took the land from the indigenous people. It didn't matter that the enslaved people, the free labor that they had, made them very rich. None of that mattered. They wanted Haiti to ensure that we won't invade you if you pay us X amount of francs. And so for generations, that's exactly what happened. The ransom. For generations, Haitians were forced to pay France for their freedom. How much was a mystery until now. The Times scoured century old documents to find out. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This story is something that we don't see much in the Western media. The debts may be paid, but Haitians are still paying the price. They have been perpetually poor. This is why Haiti is said to be reported the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And guess who upholds that debt? The United States of America. The United States of America. The United States, France, and other countries, they have been, as they say, giving the Haitians the shaft for centuries now. The United States could not allow the Haitians to flourish, not only because they were people of African descent, but if the Haitians are allowed to have freedom, the Haitians were actually naive enough to think that the United States would help them uphold their freedom, seeing that they were throwing out their rulers the same way the United States got rid of the British. But the difference is, well, the United States' oldest ally is France. It's not the British. France is the United States' oldest ally. They helped with the Revolutionary War. And the other reason that they were unable to get any love from the U.S. is because, well, if the black people in the United States, the slaves, noticed that there was a rebellion that was successful in Haiti, Well, we don't want that drifting across the Gulf of Mexico to the United States, and sailing up the Florida Panhandle. We can't have that come out. So the United States has pretty much been co-signing the French in terms of policy toward the Haitians for over what 200 years now. So that is why Haiti is so poor. It's not because they black people and they don't know how to take care of their business. It is because of this. And so Haiti had to pay debt to France for their freedom, and the British government had to pay their slave owners reparations for giving um the other people in their plantations their freedom. I mean, it's just either way, it seems like at the end of the day, the people of color, the black people, the enslaved, were the ones to lose. It always ended up that way, even though the creation of Haiti mirrored that of the creation of the United States. They received absolutely no help, no credit, no assistance from the greater world. If anything, they have only gone to Haiti repeatedly, the United States, the French, to exploit them even further. And that continues today. That it has never ended. That continues today. So I invite you to go explore that topic yourself. But that is a thing, and it has been for about 200 years now. So that is what I have to say about that. Uh, and since we're running a bit behind time, I am going to do this. Bristol pubs announce F the Jubilee 3-day punk festival. Bristol hosting a 3-day anti-Jubilee festival, same day as Jubilee. Wow, interesting. Yeah, well, that's happening. So if you are around Bristol at that time, and you don't want to get involved with the Jubilee and street parties and stuff, they have a good opportunity to call some of this stuff off or tone it down. But just like with the trip to the Caribbean, that's not going to happen. And as that lady said in the video, one of the reasons they cited that this is just not a good idea for the Jubilee is because of the way they treated the Sussexes. I thought that was absolutely epic. That the Sussexes and baby Archie was mentioned in that one video I shared. Yeah. Okay, I gotta take a look at this. France is another one. Steal people and bring them to a strange country, benefited from forced human labor, and then punished them for from rebelling, and then kept them in debt for years. Shaking my yes, absolutely. Yep, that sums it up. That's why I say you guys really got to check that out. It's so many of these things. Like for instance, the way the indigenous people of Australia, the way that they have been treated. I hope that they are finally recognized as the original Australians. Just like for some reason the South Africans had to um, try to explain to the world, well, not even the world, just try to remind the government in South Africa during apartheid. No, I think we were here first, but their history led people within South Africa, meaning white people, to believe that no, this land was not occupied. We just found all this gold and other minerals just sitting here and nobody was using it. So we just moved in. I love that. That was actually taught in their history. Yes, in other words, extorted. Exactly. And let me see. An Australian talk show said that William being rude at the match was atrocious. but nothing about someone saying Harry and Meghan should be thrown off the balcony. Hypocrites. Okay. Okay, so to go along with this slide, let me see if I can find that video because yeah. So in case you haven't seen it, I will share it now to go along with this one. Yeah, there it is, right there, ready.
I'm not sure after the Queen passed away, it will be the same. Because I know that kingdom rise and kingdom fall.
Do you feel like very close to the royal family?
No.
I mean, I come from a Commonwealth country, so yes, she does represent us, and she's a very important figure, and I respect her.
And Queen, incredible, been here for 70 years, leading our country. I feel like we should celebrate it, and it's something to be celebrated. I feel like sooner or later we won't be seeing many more of those, and I feel like the monarchy would soon be dying out.
Before we'd like, oh yeah, the Jubilee, we'll have a street party, but this year it feels like I really don't want to, because we're celebrating a family who can't do right within themselves. So whether that's the mistreatment of Harry and Meghan, or the way Archie hasn't been embraced because they won't give him a princedom, or the way they've turned a blind eye to Andrew's antics.
Well, as a person, the Queen, ma'am, I love her. How she hold things together. Through trials and tribulation, her husband died, our kids go through so much, and she still do her duty. I respect her.
I don't really think we should have the royal family, because they're really no different to what other people in our community do in compared to like charity work, and like it's just about status. They're just higher up, but they do the same as much, to be fair.
Okay, so that is the sentiment of not really a scientific cross section of the population, but that's just how a few people feel. But I love that lady mentioned Harry and Meghan. So there you have it. Let me see here. Pamela Gale says, keep spreading the truth. Barren colonialism took place in countries of color all over the world. America was stolen from Native Americans. Absolutely. Which is astounding when you hear people say, well, then leave our country. When I was born here, just like they were. And yeah, exactly. Pamela Gales, thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for being a member. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. All right. Let me see. Okay. I need to. Well, let me see here. Republican plan anti-monarchy rally to coincide with the Jubilee. Ooh, I'm telling you, it's going to be, they're going to downplay it and we won't see most of it, because I think that most of the media is going to stick to the party line. But I think this is like going to be one of the biggest outpourings of, how do I call it? I won't say this side. Well, republicanism. That's it. This is going to be like one of the biggest outpourings of republicanism that they've had in the UK in a long time. So, wow, they're getting it from all sides. Campaigners are planning a rally for a Republican Scotland to coincide with the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. The rally, coordinated by Republican group Our Republic, will take place on Carlton Hill in Edinburgh at 3 p.m. on June 4th. Well, one thing's for sure, they'll cover it in Scotland. I'm pretty sure of that. The rally comes after a new opinion poll found that only a minority of Scots support the retention of the monarchy. The same poll found that 1 in 3 Scots believe the Queen Scots believe the end of Queen Elizabeth's reign to be the right time for abolition, abolition of the monarchy. Attendees at the rally will hear from speakers from a range of political backgrounds demanding a republic. How about that? How about that? They may have to change the Union Jack. All right. So, um, Rwanda asylum plan is working. Uh, Up to 10 migrants have already asked to be returned home rather than risk having their claims for refugee status. Didn't mean to do that. Assessed in Central African American, I'm sorry. Well, anyway, this graph right here just goes to show you people detected on small boats crossing the English Channel since Rwanda announcement. So essentially announcing the Rwanda moving refugees to Rwanda while they appeal for asylum or whatever, it's not working. The bars on the right side let you know that there are far more people trying to cross the channel now than before they made the announcement in April. So, of course, the weather's better now. That may be one factor, but people who want to get to the UK are not being deterred by this thing of taking refugees from the boats, holding them, and then moving them to Rwanda, even if they're not from Rwanda, and making them wait there to appeal for their refugee status. So just thought I'd share that with you. And then this, because I'm going to move fast because we need to get through this. This is a little bit of hypocrisy that I would like to share with you guys. UK government blames Ukraine war on the pandemic for cost of living crisis. But then, of course, Britain's cost of living crisis is mostly manufactured by government policies. So you have those two differences right there when it comes to the UK. But one thing is for sure, the government doesn't want to take blame for it. They want to blame the pandemic. But take a look on the right side. Chicken wings for $34, Biden inflation of 9.4% is forcing retailers to charge market prices for wings at local businesses. In other words, they're talking about everything costing more right now, right? And then there's the shelves empty of baby formula. So on the left side, you have the tabloid media pretty much takes the side of the government in the UK. But on the right side, that same tabloid media, which has its tentacles into American politics, the same tentacles that have been after the Sussexes for the longest, they are after Joe Biden. They're after Joe Biden. They're trying to shift the American election in favor of the Conservative Party. And then here's another example. And I'm not going to dwell on these so long because it's triggering for me. And I got so angry about this right here. Obama celeb field scaled back Martha's Vineyard 60th birthday party day after day after day. And I know y'all heard me talk about this before. The Daily Fail, amongst other papers, they were dragging Obama for his 60th birthday day after day, showcasing that he's wealthy, showcasing that he's successful, never mentioning really that as a president of the United States, I wouldn't want any president to leave office and go live in obscurity and poverty. I wouldn't want that for any president except for the Orange Menace. But I wouldn't want that for most presidents because whether or not I like them, because they have joined one of the most exclusive clubs in the world, because they have represented the United States, I would expect them to live a certain way. And so Barack Obama, having, written books, done the lecture tour circuit and stuff, having a nice fat pension, lives a certain way. He's rich. And so for his 60th birthday, the ultimate milestone, 60th birthday, they were having this big birthday bash on Martha's Vineyard. And all they talked about was the pandemic, the pandemic, the pandemic. Oh, and then of course there was a point when at least 74 people in Martha's Vineyard have tested positive for the pandemic since Barack Obama's maskless 60th birthday bash, right? Now, they're not saying that those people were at his party. It's just there was an uptick across the country. And so they made it seem like it was only in Martha's Vineyard. And it had to have something to do with his party, even though everyone there was tested and screened before the party. Right? Now let's take a look at this. Aunt McFartlane punches the air while posing with his new wife. At no point did they talk about how much this wedding cost. At no point did they talk about the maskless people there. And I guarantee you, most of them were not screened. Even the staff were maskless. Not one time was it mentioned. Not one time. Not one time. And the date coincide with the Obama birthday party. See there, August 7th. Barack Obama's birthday is what, August the 8th? Right along the same line. Catered staff of waiters and bartenders and such. Lots of A-listers or famous people. Yeah, that was going on. But yet, when you look at this, it was all about the pandemic. It was all about elitism. It was all about maskless and on and on and on. But then at the same time, this. I still have no idea what Aunt McFartlane is famous for. I know that I saw a video with Harry and a couple of other people and this ant person. I don't even know what he's famous for. But it's August 4th. Thank you. It's August 4th. I don't even know what he's famous for. But the same weekend that they had this. And in every article, it was something negative about Obama. And this is the British tabloid media. Again, I'm not blaming British people. I'm saying the British tabloid media going after the only black president, which is offensive to me. So when we say that things are different for the Duchess of Sussex, everything takes a different tone when it comes to the Duchess of Sussex. They have a very sly way that they try to make believe that it's just our imagination. But this is indisputable evidence right here. The fact that when it comes to, like right here, the right-wing media picking on an American president and making it sound like he's incompetent while they carry the water for the Tories. And then right here, you have a former president's birthday party who just happens to be black compared to this Ed, whatever he is, who just happens to be white and, maskless, extravagant, etc. So that's why I say I don't need to stay on that too long. Okay, so let me introduce you to this guy, Kofi Dua. I guess I got that right. This is the guy who helped the Queen. I had to think about this. As a matter of fact, let me take a look at some of your comments because I'm trying to get us out of here in 2 hours or less. But well, looks like it's gonna creep over a bit. But I keep seeing this. Let me see. Again, we just had that yesterday. Whatever it is, I can't. Well, I'll let you all work that out. But Lord have mercy, twice. I didn't feel so bad about yesterday, and I'm going to tell you why. Because with all of the live streams we had, there has been so little of that that I thought, well, that's an outlier. That's not a big deal. It was just that one day, but please tell me that's not happening again today. Um, the Obama Library has not been built yet. They haven't built it, but when it's up and running, of course, I would love to go, but it's not ready yet. And I'm hoping that when the Sussexes are in the neighborhood, of course, they will have to make an appearance at the Obama Library. So maybe that's a year or two out, but I'm thinking at some point they're going to connect with the Obamas, and that will be possible because remember, now that the pandemic seems to be under control, people are out doing more things. So, oh yes, they forgot the super spreader. Uh-huh. That was the super spreader in chief. That yeah, thank you, Persephonus, the super spreader in chief. That's exactly what it was. The orange one was what's that? Telling people to Woo! Thank you for that, Mary Hiker. He was telling people to eat Tide pods and stuff flashlights up their butts. I love that. Oh man, that is too funny. But it is true. He said if there was just some kind of way that we could introduce light inside of the body. Oh, you mean like that time during the eclipse when he went out there and looked straight up at the sun, even though every expert say don't look directly at the sun, but he did. Oh man. Oh wow. And Church Nelly said, too bad they didn't do it. Okay, okay. Okay, now let's continue with this guy. So I just wanted you guys to see him. This is the guy that was very polite and very respectful to the Queen, right? You can see right here, he didn't bow, but he did shake the Queen's hand. And I started thinking to myself, maybe that's what triggered our superhero, our action figure of a prince to spring into action. Maybe because this guy did not bow before the Queen. Maybe because he respectfully shook her hand and she seemed to be delighted by the gesture. Maybe that's what it was. So maybe that's what triggered him, huh? Yeah. Because if you see here, all of a sudden, that unnecessary touching of his arm or shoulder and telling him, just step back, unnecessary. And you could see the guy's look on his face. He was just kind of surprised by it. But I don't think he was upset because I actually watched this interview and he was, again, still very respectful. He thought it was nice that the Queen looked so healthy and everything. So to hear this guy's conversation was a relief because I thought that he may have felt very, and he still may have felt somewhat humiliated by the gesture, but whatever it was, he he was very gracious. The Queen was gracious. The Queen, and I wanted you guys to see this because in the clip, most of y'all have not seen it, but he did shake the Queen's hand. He did shake the Queen's hand. So um, everything went very well until Rambolina had to step away and come back armed for bear. So remember, if there's a solution in search of a problem, Rambolina will be there. Yes, Prince Edward is Rambolina. Don't get too close to his mummy because she will say, just step back. That's our Rambolina. So yeah, that did happen, and it's unfortunate, but it was really, really in poor taste. So let me see some of your comments here. I'm almost afraid to look. Hi, Sherry Ware. Welcome. No, that's not what triggered Edwina. Oh my goodness, that was so weird. I don't know what I just said, but the series started talking to me. Let me take a sip of water. Excuse me. Can't get the car started. Let me see. Let me see there. Look, people, I'm not overreacting. Okay, I'm going to stay out of that one. All right, let me move on. Connie Balmer says, Connie says, he was very kind, just trying to show the queen which button to press until what is that? Dottie came running to rescue Mummy, who was not in danger. Yeah, exactly. They were getting along just fine until Rambolina showed up. Oh, let me see. Rambolina to the rescue, y'all. Always on the crime fighting clock. Yep. All right. All right, right. Let me see. Okay, let me get out of that one. Obama put his income in a blind trust through his presidency, unlike the other guy that sold and charged everything he could get his hands on. Yeah, like having a dinner for the Japanese prime minister at his country estate retreat or whatever down in Florida. Yeah, that was pretty tacky, but that did happen. And yeah, so thank you for that, Shell Stewart, for reminding us about that. Obama had, just like the I always say, there's the Sussexes have not put a foot wrong since they left that island. Obama, no matter what anybody says, was scandal free for 8 years. 8 years of no scandals. 8 years of no scandals, followed by someone who was impeached not once but twice, and nearly cost us our federal government. Yeah. So, all right. So let me see what's next. Oh, trigger warning, mean girl. I didn't make these. I did not make these, but that won't stop me from sharing. That is the mean girl. These are non invisible contract photos. I have shared the one on the left before, but the one on the right, that was a new one. So I thought I would share that. And when you look at it closely, you can see why Tom Cruise felt he needed to help her up the steps. Lord, somebody probably needed to help her. Somebody needed to help her because who could be sure she was actually going to make it? I hope she's all right though. Even though I'm having fun with that, I'm not wishing anything bad on anyone, but somebody needed to help her. Anytime I see an elderly person that's in need of assistance, I extend my hand. So if her husband wouldn't do it, somebody's got to do it. I'm just saying. Invisible contract. Well, there's one of the alleged contractors right there, Lord Nappyhead. And then there on the right side again, that's that same photo. All right, you guys. Whoa, I think I'm doing good for time. Let me look at some of your comments. And let's go back to something a little more pleasant, shall we? Like this, because there are some horse races going on this afternoon. And I see that Ivy has just posted a video. Hello, Ivy here. As a matter of fact, I am going to. Did she post a video? Yes, this is the. Yeah, I'm going to post the link there so you guys can please go and check it out. I'm going to share the link for Ivy. Let me see. What's the topic today? Your workforce plan is all wrong. All right. It's audio only, so I don't think she has any slides, but you have to make sure yourself. So let me put Ivy here. Please go and subscribe to Ivy. Now, I want to do like I did last time and pin it. This is a new skill I learned. I do that and pin the message, and it should be at the yes. Oh, Black Queen, how did you get pinned at the top of my chat? Black Queen, how did you get pinned at the top of my chat? I'm gonna have to unpin you. Unpin message. Please don't do that again. Okay. Let me oh Lord, I didn't mean to do that. Let me go back. Uh let me see. I'm going to try to do that one more time. So I go here and then I pin message. Did that work? Message pinned. Yes, there it is. And that will take you to Ivy. Hello, Ivy here. All right, very good. When the next in line is above state pension age, the second in line is still an apprentice, and the reserves are near to pension age. Your workforce plan is fundamentally flawed. Hello, Ivy here. All right, perfect. I did that. I did that. All right, sorry, Black Queen. I did not mean to stick a pin in you. All right. Oh, you like that, Marshar? I don't know what's going on, but I'm just like, I don't want no parts of it. I got work to do. I'm trying to get you all out of here before the lunar eclipse, or the next Halley's comet. Let me see. Rambolina releasing all that testosterone. Oh my, yeah. Isn't she buffed? Isn't she buffed? Okay. Yes, I know. I didn't do an Afro Annie. I sometimes I skip those. Let me see. Edwina was helping almost deaf-blind Arthur Andrews line up. Oh, line up a live shot of Liz. You know the Edster has camera skills. Clear shot needed to manipulate later. Oh, was there light going through the Her Majesty's gown or dress or whatever? Because Arthur. Arthur Edwards is always looking for the light. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. Shaking of hands is what is expected. The Queen reached out. Yes. Edward touch was inappropriate twice. Uh-huh. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, let's take another look at that. Let's take another look at that. Um it bothered me so much, I had to go back and look at it because frame for frame, I wanted to see exactly what happened. And so he didn't, carry on like he was from the old South or something. He was very respectful, and then enters the overzealous Edwina, who decided, oh, I got to do something. I got to do something. I mean, after all, I'm here. So I got to do something. So that's why I say if there, you see in the small print at the bottom, it says a solution in search of a problem. Prince Edward is Rambolina. Boy, he's buffed. Okay, you guys. So let's give love to our faves. The Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana, and our Queen of Everything, Queen Doria. And of course, thank you, moderators. Without the moderators, I tell you, this wouldn't be a safe space. In spite of everything that has happened yesterday and today, I'm almost afraid to go back and look at those chats, but I kind of feel like I kind of feel like I need to know what's going on. I'm almost afraid to go back and look. But let me see. What'd you say, Baron? My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. My name is Wes and I ain't with that mess. I remember that one. I love church. Well, you know what, guys? We whatever's going on. Let me say this: Church Nelly has been a moderator not only on Royal Sussex but on other channels, and there has been some very triggering events that have happened. And so, whatever's going on, if anybody seems, you know, ready to pounce or whatever, there's good reason for it because it's been some weirdness. It's been some weirdness. So I can't speak to what's happening because I haven't seen anything, but I'm just saying, given the gravity of things, and uh, I won't say any names, but I have received a message from a squatty today that is um, kind of upsetting to see, and I'm gonna have to look through it again because I only just noticed it while I was sitting here working. So I promise I'm not gonna say any names or anything like that. But there's some weirdness going on in the squad, and for the most part, as you know, for over a year, I have strayed away from all controversies, whether it was on Twitter or on the YouTube or whatever. I have strayed away from these controversies because I don't want all that heaviness in my life. There's enough stuff going on that I don't want that stuff. So um all I can say is just try to be respectful of one another and try to just I don't want to say can't we all just get along, but can we? Can we? I mean, the squad has a purpose, and our main directive is for is to help the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, right? That is what brought us together. Is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and other things such as talking about reparations and the Jubilee and such, well, that just kind of goes along with it because it's not only that the tabloid media is making life difficult for the Sussexes, but they have a hand in on so much of our day every day with all that negativity. And that seems to be one of my huge pet peeves most days is this right wing tabloid media. So I do speak out about that from time to time, but it really should go back to our faves. And because we're here because of the Sussexes, or not really on behalf of them because they don't know us, but because we're here for the Sussexes, we have to try to do things in a way that reflects the way they conduct themselves, right? So we take the high road and we let other people fall apart around us, and we just stay focused on no bad energy. That's what we need to do is to maintain that no bad energy. So let me see here. I see I have a super sticker from Audrey Teschner. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Elizabeth Anders says, I love you all. We are family. Yes, Elizabeth Anders, we are. We are. And we're all in this together. And that is what the squad is about. So but we're not a monolith and we're not going to always agree with one another. And like I said, there's a lot that's going on. And so eventually that pressure is going to come out. But um, it's been a weird weekend, and I'm looking forward to putting this weekend behind me. And I know that on occasion my name has been brought up over the weekend. Um, I don't want to get involved with that stuff. You guys are here for different reasons, and of course, same for me. I'm here for different reasons. I only know one way to do what I do, and I use levity as well as other tools to maintain this channel, and I don't know any other kind of way. And so maybe some people don't like the way that I'm doing what I'm doing, but there's a variety of other channels that you guys have available, and some people watch all of them and support all of them. And some people have their favorites. You know, Ivy is my favorite, but I still watch the other channels. So yeah, it's a weirdness this weekend, and I just hope that we can have a reset for next week and leaves all this negativity and bad energy behind us. Yes, thank you, Connie Balmer. May God bless and protect us. No bad energy. That's a perfect last word of the day. So thank you for the super chats and the super stickers. And that includes you, Deanna C., sending positive vibes to us all. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Deanna C. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. But you guys, one thing's for sure. I am going to stay the course and keep doing things the way I do it because I made myself a promise April the 15th, 2021, that I would have daily uploads. As you know, I used to have that at the end of all the edited videos. Thank you for subscribing. Daily uploads. And that was just a promise I made to myself because I wanted to learn. I wanted to be consistent. And the only way that you could retain those skills is if you're using it. And you guys have seen the quality of the work has improved over time. And I'm glad for that. I'm so happy. And I'm glad that some of y'all have been on this ride with me since the beginning. You know, I established the channel 2020, but I didn't really do anything with it until April of 2021. And here we are. And some 14,000 subscribers later and 6 million views, over 500 videos. And that was in 12 months. 12 months. So I'm very proud of that. There's not many things in life that I ever stick to, but this has been one of them. So if you guys wonder why I work every day, is because I made a promise to myself, and I have been away from home. When I say I'm away from home, believe me, I'm away from home. And I'm away from home and I still keep that commitment. But it's just a promise I made to myself. There's no particular reason why, except for I wanted to keep that promise to myself. And so I have. That is why there have been daily uploads, and I haven't missed a day. Now, technically, there was one day when the video wouldn't upload until after midnight, but I did work on it most of that day. So it's been a daily thing. And again, me not sticking to much every day is like the story of my life, but this one I have. And it's only because the Duke and Duchess of Sussex that I've been able to do that. That commitment that I have to the community and to them and to you all, who I see as not just subscribers but my constituents. I have maintained that, and I'm very proud of it. I give myself consent to be proud of that. So thank you for all your support, and I do hope that all of this negativity will have disappeared by tomorrow. If not, we'll just work around it. Thank you, Church Nelly. Thank you, Lydia Washington and Mo Shannon, Cookies and Cream, Sherry Ware, and Anastasia Isabella. Gosh, I hope I'm not missing anybody. But thank you all for being moderators, because that definitely helps to keep this a safe space. And I myself have blocked people that I didn't mean to block. And I had to go back fishing so I could find them and bring them back. And if you think that may have happened to you, please talk to the moderators on another platform, and we'll make sure we right that wrong, because I'm only human. We're all only human. Okay. So sorry to give you this long, dragged out speech at the end, but it just seems necessary right now. Oh, thank you so much, Cookies and Cream, Connie Balmer, Crystal J. Yes. Another good last word of the day. Peace and love to all. Thank you so much for that. Joseph Bernal, thank you. All right, let's Ginger Avenger ourselves out of here. You guys, no bad energy, please. No bad energy. It is so counterproductive to what we're trying to do in the Sussex Squad. No bad energy. And with that, I yield my time to I'm taking back my what is that the young people say, the baby boomers? Oh, thank you so much, Black Queen. Let me see. Don't worry, Baron. I had your back yesterday, believe me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just know I know my ears were burning. I know my ears were burning. I appreciate that. But yeah, so thank you and happy Sunday and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Um oh, see, I forgot that old saying I was looking for. Oh well, y'all know I got some timers. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Yes, and do hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate. Okay, so here we go. Oh no, we're not, because I haven't found it yet. Ginger Adventure. Go, Harry. Like that time I went to, well, I won't say where I went, but I went someplace. No, anyway, I'm not going to tell that story. But yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for being so supportive. That means the world to me. And I will be back tomorrow. Uh, actually, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. It may be a recorded video because a loved one is having surgery and I need to be present for that. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do a live or record it just yet, but I need to be present for that. So anyway, please send your prayers for that because they're going to need it. And yeah, and I usually don't like to go into all that personal stuff like that because there's enough stuff going on and I don't want to burden y'all with my stuff. So, but that is going to be something. So I will be away from home for a few days starting tomorrow. And, but I definitely intend to work throughout that because that's what I do. And it also helps to keep my mind focused because I need that for myself. So thank you. And I will definitely you guys will hear from me tomorrow one way or the other. So thank you and have a happy Sunday. Love you guys and please no bad energy.